Every day, McDonald's serves millions of customers, sells millions of burgers, and earns millions of dollars. But here's the strange part. If tomorrow, every burger suddenly became free, McDonald's would still own one of the most valuable business empires on Earth. Because the real product McDonald's sells isn't food. By the end of this video, you'll understand why one of the most recognizable restaurants on the planet is secretly one of the world's largest real estate companies. You'll see how a simple hamburger stand became a global empire, why thousands of business owners willingly pay McDonald's millions every year, and why almost everyone misunderstands how this company actually makes its money. Because once you see what's happening behind the golden arches, you'll never look at McDonald's the same way again. Chapter 1: The World Before. To understand the business, we have to go back, long before the golden arches, before Happy Meals, before billions of burgers. It's 1940, San Bernardino, California. Two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald, open a small roadside restaurant. Nothing unusual. America is full of diners, huge menus, long waiting times, slow kitchens. Restaurants were chaotic. The more customers arrived, the slower the service became. More cooks, more waiters, more mistakes, more wasted food. Owning a restaurant wasn't a scalable business. It was exhausting. Then, the McDonald brothers made a decision that would quietly change the restaurant industry forever. Instead of adding more people, they removed almost everything. The menu shrunk dramatically. No hundreds of dishes, no unnecessary choices. Just a handful of products, prepared exactly the same way, every single time. The kitchen stopped behaving like a restaurant and started behaving like a factory. Every employee had one job. Every movement was measured. Every second mattered. Customers got their food in seconds instead of waiting half an hour. It wasn't just faster, it was revolutionary. And that's when someone else noticed. Someone who saw something the brothers themselves never fully realized. Chapter 2: The Turning Point. His name was Ray Kroc, not a chef, not a businessman with millions, just a struggling milkshake machine salesman. One day, he received an order unlike anything he'd ever seen. One small restaurant wanted 8 milkshake machines. Most restaurants bought 1, maybe 2. 8? It didn't make sense. So Ray drove to California to see the place for himself. What he found wasn't just a busy restaurant. It was a machine. Customers flowed in. Orders moved instantly. Employees barely spoke. Everything had a place. Everything had a system. People weren't paying for burgers. They were paying for speed, for consistency, for predictability. And standing there, watching hundreds of customers arrive one after another, Ray Kroc had a realization. The brothers thought they owned a successful restaurant. Ray saw something much bigger. He wasn't looking at one restaurant. He was looking at a blueprint that could be copied thousands of times. That single realization would eventually build one of the largest business empires in history. How it actually works. Here's where almost everyone gets it wrong. People think McDonald's became rich because they sell billions of burgers. But burgers are only the bait. The real business begins after someone decides to open a McDonald's. Imagine you want to own one. You don't simply buy a building, hang the golden arches, and start selling fries. First, you pay for the franchise. Then, you agree to follow thousands of rules. What you can sell, how you cook, how the restaurant looks, what music plays, even how long the fries stay in the fryer. Why? Because McDonald's isn't selling freedom, it's selling a system. But here's the part almost nobody notices. Before you even open your doors, McDonald's has already chosen the location. In many cases, they've already bought the land. Sometimes, they even own the building itself. And instead of paying a random landlord, you pay McDonald's every single month. Not only for the franchise, but often for the property too. Now think about what that means. Every time someone buys a Big Mac, the restaurant earns money. But every month, whether business is amazing or terrible, McDonald's still gets paid. That's an incredibly different business, because restaurants can fail, but valuable land rarely disappears. Over decades, McDonald's quietly accumulated thousands of locations in some of the most valuable places on Earth. Busy intersections, shopping districts, high-traffic highways, city centers, each one becoming more valuable over time. The burgers attracted the customers. The real estate built the empire. The secret nobody notices. This is why McDonald's behaves differently from almost every other restaurant. Most restaurant chains focus on selling more food. McDonald's focuses on owning better locations. The burger is temporary. The land lasts for generations. In fact, many business experts joke that McDonald's is simply a real estate company that happens to sell hamburgers. And once you see it, everything suddenly makes sense. Why every location seems perfect. Why they're willing to spend years finding the right corner. Why they care so much about traffic. Because they aren't choosing restaurants, they're choosing assets. Assets that continue making money long after today's customers have gone home. The bigger picture. But maybe the most valuable lesson has nothing to do with McDonald's. The world's greatest businesses often make their money from something completely different than what customers think they're buying. Amazon looks like an online store, yet much of its profit comes from cloud computing. Netflix looks like a streaming platform, but its real advantage is data. Costco looks like a supermarket, yet much of its profit comes from memberships. McDonald's looks like a burger company, but underneath, it's a machine built on real estate, systems, and predictable cash flow. That's the difference between selling products and building an empire. The next time you drive past a McDonald's, don't look at the burgers. Look at the land beneath it, because that's where the real business is. And if you think this business model is surprising, wait until you discover how IKEA tricks millions of people into buying more without saying a single word. See you in the next one.